Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, or should I say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. My name is Borley Victoria, and today we're gonna take a little break from my usual stories. Right now, I'm feeling a little bit on the paranormal side. So today we're gonna be talking about England's most famous haunted house. And if you're from England, then you should know which one I'm talking about. If not, the house that is supposedly England's most famous haunted house is the Borley Rectory. Now, the story goes that in 1868, the Borley Rectory was built in Essex, England, allegedly over the remains of a Benedictine monastery. According to the local legend, there was a monk and a nun who were murdered after falling in love and trying to elope. Their coachman didn't fare much better either. The house's first residents and locals claimed to see the nun's ghost walking on the path that became known as what else? The Nun's Walk. Among other phenomenons, a ghostly figure has always been seen, or was always seen, looking through a window. Sensibly, they barred it shut. But none of this became widely known until the late 1920s, when the new rector, the Reverend Guy Eric Smith, began to witness the spectral events and became distressed. He became controversial after he reached out to psychic researcher Henry Price. But when Price arrived to investigate, allegedly all hell had broken loose. Literally. It got so bad to the point that Price called Borley the most haunted house in England. When they said all hell broke loose, it was known that keys were thrown from locks, pebbles and coins would rain out of nowhere, and windows would break open unexpectedly. After the Smiths had fled the house, it became widely known through publicity stunts that Borley was the first mass media covered haunting. Basically, they said it was the precursor to the Amityville horror. In 1930, a new rector moved in, but left in 1935 after the supposed spirits became particularly attached to his wife Marianne, writing messages on the walls. Marianne, please help get, and please for help and prayers. After Price took up residence in 1937, intending to conduct further experiments, a message in a seance predicted that the rectory would be destroyed in a fire. Exactly 1 year later, a fire had ripped through the rectory itself. It was so badly beyond repair that they declared it a fire hazard should another fire break out. So, in 1944, the house was demolished. After the house was demolished, a photographer from the Life magazine visited, and he was taking pictures of the remains of the house. In one picture he supposedly showed a brick levitating in the doorway. And Price was shown the picture, and he called it Borley's last phenomenon. Except, of course, it wasn't. The haunting continued in nearby Borley church. Over the years, many people have come forward either denying the events or alleging fraud. But at least one observer, occult expert Alec Hugh, was convinced that the haunting was legitimate. He said, suppose for a moment that Price was aware that he was setting the stage for a colossal hoax. If he had that sort of thing in mind, he never gave the game away, or at least not to me. His acting must have been consummate, but I don't think he was acting. And even from what I've also researched, even to this day, there's still small stories coming out saying that an innocent person who was just walking by where the remains of the house used to be would come home to a burning sensation on their back or their lap, or But if you're from England, hit me up on my Instagram page at Brenna Victoria 2020 and let me know your version and what you've heard about it. That's all for now. Again, my name is Brenna Victoria. You can follow me on Instagram at Brenna Victoria 2020. I will be back to see you guys. When you follow me on Instagram, don't forget to leave direct messages telling your version of events that had happened to you, whether paranormal or not. You can just message me if there's something on your mind bugging you. Until then, have a good day and have a great weekend. Stay safe. Bye-bye. Before we continue with the rest of the story, if you are enjoying this video and wish to hear about more scary or creepy stories and abandoned places, please hit like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell icon for notifications. Now, let's return to the story.